There you are. Please, have a seat.
I heard this was where I could get help.
That depends. Are you here for another?
Yes, my son. He's deathly ill, and I fear his condition has taken a turn for the worse.
Then you've come to the right place. Many have come before you seeking very similar miracles, and have found their search fruitful.
So you can help?
I can, but it's a bit more complicated than simply saving your son, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
Allow me to explain now that our second guest has arrived.
What is this place?
Welcome. Please join her. The game is about to begin.
This is the place, right? The place that grants miracles for the dying.
All of that and more. You are in the room of sacrifice. It's the very room that determines whether your loved ones live or die.
Wait, why is it called Room of Sacrifice?
Because, in order to save the one you hold dear, you must sacrifice the life of the other who seeks the miracle, and by extension, the one they're trying to save. That's how it works.
That's insane! Why do we have to?
Would you prefer it if you were to lose and go home knowing the person you're here for will die thanks to your defeat?
So, you want us to become murderers?
May I ask who you're here for, sir?
My daughter. She is only 8, but was stricken with an unknown illness. I heard this was the last option I had, but...
What is more important to you? Being a father, or having a clean conscience?
Is there perhaps a possibility for one of us to offer our own lives in exchange for the other three's?
No, I'm afraid not. Sacrifices of that nature of any sort are out of the question. We certainly wouldn't be having a game to decide something so important if an alternative path was present.
Understood. I'm sorry.
Don't be. We both have someone counting on us. The name's Izak.
Miriam.
Well, this is certainly an uncommon sight. It's a pity it's two benevolent individuals this time around.
So, what do we do?
You just talk.
Excuse me?
Just that. You see, when the game officially begins, neither of you are allowed to say the word can't. If you do, you die.
And so does my daughter.
Exactly. Of course, you can opt out of the game at any given time, but time is of the essence for both of you, correct?
So however we do it.
It has to be quick.
And now that you two know the rules and stakes for this game, are you prepared? Then begin.
So, are you from around here, miss?
Did you actually just say that?
Yeah, it had to start somewhere.
Nah, I'm not from here.
I figured as much.
Did you?
You're dressed too nicely for a place like this. Where do you work?
Where's his angle? He couldn't be expecting me to say the word by deviating the conversation. Just an office desk job, nothing too fancy.
I'm just a carpenter, so I feel you on those simple jobs.
Oh, but you must be able to do some elaborate things with your craft.
I'd like to think I'm good at what I do.
I'm jealous. I've seen so many papers and screens that I can almost see the little black letters even now. So what kind of things do you make? Toys? Boats? Oh, I bet you do those extravagant things like build a perfect replication of the famous Trojan horse.
Oh no, I can't... Damn, she's good. She almost had me before we even started. Well then, you're certainly a feisty one, aren't you? But I'm no fool. You don't just work with computers, do you?
I guess the cat's out of the bag. I do work with computers, but that's only because I double as my own secretary. I'm mainly a psychologist.
So basically, she's smarter than most psychologists. Great. To answer your question, no. I make tables and other homemade appliances. I am not capable of making extravagant things such as that.
So no Trojan horse.
No, but I see what you did there. Very funny.
I'm impressed you stopped yourself. Your daughter is clearly very special to you.
She's all I have left in this world. Her mother died in a car crash earlier last year. I won't lose her too.
Does she adore you?
Yeah, why?
Then I truly envy your relationship with her. My son is 11, but he's gone cold towards me. Not that I blame him, my job has kept me away for too long, and now it may be too late to fix that broken bridge. Still, he's the best decision I've ever made in my life, and if I get through this, I'll make sure he knows that.
Ah, I see. A classic case of work overwhelming your personal life. When was the last time you and him went out to have fun?
Too long ago. I always told him that I was too busy and couldn't. Nice try. This carpenter isn't an idiot. Goes to show you don't need a degree to know how the human mind works. Are you sure you're not sporting a psychology degree somewhere?
Ha! You flatter me. I may have a basic understanding of the flow of conversation, but you start losing me when all those fancy terminologies and conditions pop up.
What a waste. Back where I'm from, people seem to hand those degrees out to anyone these days. Many of them act like they know what they're talking about, but I've seen depressed high school students have a better grip in the field than some of my colleagues.
That sounds exactly like what I went through when my daughter and I went to our shrink, and my wife died.
Did she feed you some crock about going through the stages of grief?
Yep. She said it was practically impossible not to go through each stage.
See? What did I tell you? Some people are...
Just ridiculous.
and certainly shouldn't have those degrees. They make the real psychologists like me look bad. At the very least, they should be open to suggestions on how to get better. If not for them, for their clients.
You're reaching for the stars, Miriam.
Well, maybe if I had a handmade wooden rocket, I'd be fine.
I already told you, I can't make...
I'm sorry.
Miriam is the winner.
Wait! Just wait! There has to be another way! Please, at least save my...
Regrettably, the game's results cannot be bargained with. That Trojan horse was never truly meant to go into full effect until just now. Was it, Miriam?